How's it going, everyone?
Welcome back to another video.
So we are in a little bit of a different location today, and we're gonna sit down and talk about our vegan stories.
It's something that we're always asked on Instagram, on our FAQs, and I feel like we've told it a few times, but there are a bunch of new subscribers here. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining our community. And
if anyone asks again, we'll direct you here. So Jasmine, you want to start out?
I guess. Okay, so it is 2018 right now. We're gonna go way back when. In 2000 and we'll start in 2011. Okay.
Let's start there.
Let's see now. So I graduated high school. I moved to Davis, California, where I was going to the University of California at Davis, and I was going to be, I was planning to be a veterinarian. So I got into their animal biology program, and I don't know, so that's where I was in 2011. And it was the first time that I was away from home. It was the first time that I had slept anywhere but my house. I wasn't allowed to sleep at anyone's houses but my family when I was growing up. I just wanted to mention that because it was kind of a shock for me to be away from my parents like that. And it was the first time again that I had been away at all. Besides like church camp. That was like 3 days though.
You went to church camp?
Well, like confirmation camp, or like we had like retreats.
Jesus camp.
Jesus camp.
Remember that documentary?
I don't think
Sorry.
so. I don't.
No.
Okay, anyways. I don't know where I'm going with this. Okay, so while I was there, I was just really focused on getting straight A's, making a lot of friends, being social. I wanted to do all of the college things. I wanted to like go to parties every night of the week, basically. I wanted to, again, make a lot of friends, be comfortable, because I was still very shy. I was uncomfortable with a lot of people that I had met in the beginning. I'm not the type of person that could just walk into a group of people, walk into a room of strangers and make friends. I'm the type of person that will avoid that kind of situation at all costs. So, it was just kind of a lot for me to balance, and it was my first time being on my own, so like I had to buy my own food, I had to go grocery shopping for myself. I couldn't do everything. I feel like at this time in my life that doesn't seem like a lot, but back then it was for me. And then to add on to that, I started going to the gym like crazy, and I kind of became addicted to working out. I thought that I needed to go every single day or I was going to fail at or not reach my goals. And I feel like I'm rambling on, but I'm going somewhere with this. And so it got to the point where I just became very obsessive, and eventually I began to struggle with an eating disorder. I don't know if it came from all of that. I don't know. I don't think anyone ever knows how this type of thing happens, but that was in early 2012. And it was to the point where I isolated myself from all my friends that I had made there. I thought that being social was a waste of time because I wanted to be fit and I wanted to lose weight and I wanted to get straight A's, and that was basically all I was focused on in life. And so that became my life for 3 or 4 months that were remaining in school. And that was like one of the worst points of my eating disorder. That's when I lost like 30 pounds in 3 months, and I was like 80 pounds. And that was when, I don't know, I basically just lost control of myself and my mind. During that period is also when I was first introduced to veganism. So I only knew veganism, or I guess I should say plant-based diet, because it was only a diet for me. I had seen some people on YouTube, not going to mention who, but I just saw their physique, I saw their lifestyle, and I thought that if I ate a vegan diet, I would lose weight and I would look like that. So I kind of also use that to mask my eating disorder. So when people ask me, do you want to go out to eat? Do you want to do social things? I would just always make the excuse that I was vegan. I couldn't because there's no food that I could eat, and I had what I was going to eat for dinner or whatever in my dorm room. Veganism wasn't veganism for me at that time. And a few months later, my parents actually came to visit. So they picked me up from school. We went to go visit my brother who lived in Berkeley, which was not too far away. And they realized that I wasn't well, and I didn't realize it at the time, but seeing the looks on their faces and seeing just how they were like speaking to me and how they were looking at the situation, we decided that I was going to move home, that I needed to get better, and that I wasn't ready to be on my own. And I do agree now. At the time, I was kind of hesitant about it, but I definitely wasn't ready to be on my own. So I moved back to LA. I started going to school out here. I got a job at a bakery, a local bakery, and I made some friends there. And after meeting those people there, I don't really know how to word this. I was introduced to health in general. There were a lot of health conscious women that were working there, and one of them was vegetarian, another wasn't, but she was a blogger, and again, she was into health and fitness in general. So I became really good friends with them, and I started to realize that I needed to speak to other people about what I was going through. I needed to seek outside help because I didn't really know how to deal with my situation, and my parents didn't either. They never wanted to talk to me about it, and my mom kind of just brushed it off, and she thought everything was going to be better, but it wasn't. So I decided to go to group therapy. I decided to just make a change and get my health back and get my life back, and I wanted to be successful in school. I wanted to graduate, and I felt like with the life I was living, I couldn't do any of those things. So after going to therapy and after just, I don't even know how to word this right now, but after just like reevaluating what was going on, I realized that I needed to choose a new life path, I guess. And when I started looking into like nutrient-dense diets and things that were going to help like revitalize my body and my health, I came across veganism again. And at that point, veganism wasn't what it was for me when I was first introduced to it. I realized that it wasn't something that I was going to use to lose weight. It was actually something that I was going to use to gain my health back. I started looking more into veganism. I made an Instagram account and started learning more about veganism through social media. I started watching documentaries, and that was when I started my vegan journey. So that was 2012 at some point. I don't remember the day because I didn't think it was going to be something that I would want to celebrate later on. But let's just say at some point in 2012. And so I went vegan. My Instagram for me was just for me to show my family and friends what veganism was, because they had a negative perception of it from when I first went vegan when I was living away from home, and I wanted to show them that I was doing it to better myself. I was doing it for my health, and it was a positive and not a negative thing. And from there, my Instagram started growing. I started making friends on Instagram. All my vegan friends now, most of them I met through Instagram, which is amazing. I was introduced to the vegan community through that way. And just starting that Instagram led me to where I am today. It helped me start my website. It helped me start this YouTube channel. And veganism just changed my life for the better. It wasn't until after I went vegan that my perspective of life and everything changed. It wasn't about me anymore. I wasn't eating for myself and eating to try to lose weight. I'm vegan because I'm trying to make the world a better place. I'm trying to make a positive impact on our environment. I'm trying to do better for the animals. And yeah, it just changed my perspective completely. So, and then I met this guy through going vegan.
Look at that.
Kind of, basically.
If we were not vegan, we wouldn't
have met.
So.
Yeah, actually, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just throw this in there real quick. But we met at a convention, and he was there for work. It's a vegan company that you decided to get a job with because you were vegan, right?
Yeah, well, after
Basically.
I went vegan, yeah.
Yeah. And I was there for my website and for my Instagram, and if that didn't exist, I wouldn't have been there. So, and we met at a vegan party. So.
Field roast.
Okay, so I hope that was good. I hope I didn't forget anything. And now it is Conscious Chris's turn.
All right. Well, let's think about this. My journey, I guess we can call it, started back in 2010. I was about 2 years out of high school. I was going to community college at the time, and I was just trying to, I guess, find myself. I guess I didn't really know what I wanted to do with life or anything. I was playing in a band at the time. I had a very close group of friends that we all used to hang out all the time and just talk about life and different things, share music with each other, and just like different philosophies about life, metaphysical things, like spiritual things, like trippy, kind of like deep insightful thoughts about life and what existence is. I guess that's kind of besides the point. But my friend Matt he went vegan, and I didn't really know any other vegans at the time. I had grown up and I'd known a few vegetarians in high school. Nobody I knew was vegan, but he kind of introduced me to what it was, and it was intriguing. This band Propagandhi, they're a Canadian punk band, and a lot of their music is based around political things, animal rights, and it has a lot of undertones like that. And inside of a few of their albums, they list some information about animal welfare, the environment, and things like that. So through that, kind of opened my eyes a bit to not eating animals anymore. That was a really foreign concept for me. I was probably the last person to ever think about going vegan or vegetarian. After I went to a Propagandhi show it was in 2010, and right then and there I decided to cut out meat, and that was really no problem for me at all. I never really thought twice about it. It just kind of made sense once I had the information. I was like, I don't need to eat meat anymore. I think it doesn't make any sense, and I can't believe this is happening. So I was super enraged with how animals were being raised and treated, and I totally disagreed with it. So I was like, I'm done. And from the night of that show on, I never ate meat again. It wasn't until around 5 years later that I started to consider going vegan. It was actually around 4 years later that I started to consider it. Not 5, but it took a little bit of time to transition totally. So after being vegetarian for that time, I was still eating a lot of cheese and eggs, and as I learned more and more about what was happening to animals and in the dairy industry and the egg industry, I realized if I felt so strongly about not eating meat, like I couldn't, in good conscience, still eat dairy and eggs. So it's okay.
Sorry.
Gary Yourofsky's speech, the best speech you'll ever hear. That's what it's called on YouTube. If you want to check it out, we'll link it down below.
I knew you were gonna say that, so I just went. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
So that speech actually opened my eyes to like in depth, really what goes on and how foreign it really is to be systematically killing and raising animals and using them for our own personal gain and pleasure beyond just their animal flesh and into milk and eggs and cheese and wearing them. And I mean, I never even thought like even like leather and everything when I was vegetarian like that. It didn't even cross my mind. When I was vegetarian, I was just like, no meat, okay, like it's all good. But then once I started to learn more and more, and I switched over to being vegan in 2013, that's when I really started fully understanding, I guess, the lifestyle and what it means to live completely free from using animals for anything, really, besides love. Like this guy right here. So it was January 1st, 2013 that I decided to go completely vegan. I started to like transition a little bit before that, but it wasn't until that date that I set it for myself to go completely vegan, and ever since then it's really transformed my life for the better, and it's been cool to, I guess, see the progression. I was a little bit overweight. I wouldn't say I was like fat, but I was a little chubby. We'll show a photo. I'll find one.
It's a photo here.
From there, I had lost a bunch of weight without even trying, and I became so much healthier. I used to get chronic headaches, and once I cut all the crap out, I felt so much better and clearer, and I had more energy. I was running a ton back then, and I'm starting again now. I'm starting again.
You still run a ton. I mean, compared to me, I don't, so at all.
Yeah, veganism has just had such a profound effect. And then in terms of my career and my life, I was playing in a band at the time. I was delivering pizza because it was flexible with when we had shows and when we would like go on the road and tour for a little while. So I was able to easily take that time off. But once I went vegan, I kind of ended the 7-year stint of delivering pizza, and I found a really awesome vegan job, which I'm super grateful for. and I'm still with the company today, and that's actually how I met Jasmine, as she mentioned earlier. It's been such a positive and incredible thing that's impacted my life in so many great ways. So
Yeah,
I think that wraps it up.
I guess I could speak for the both of us here and just saying that after going vegan, we are completely different people,
Totally.
right? Like I don't know, looking back to what I wanted when I wasn't and what I want now, I feel like I'm going down a completely different path in a positive way.
And when I was a teenager, I was the kid who would make fun of all the vegetarians. I didn't even know what a vegan was,
Yeah.
but I would be the kid to make fun of the vegetarians, and meat was like part of every single meal for me. So
Same.
if I was able to do it and like have that light go off, then anybody can do it.
Totally.
Because
But like I grew up with a Filipino background, and it's not even near veganism or vegan in the cuisine, so anyone can do it, guys.
That's
it just
true.
takes time. I didn't go vegan overnight, as you know, and Chris didn't give up everything overnight as well, so everybody's different, and we wanted to share our stories to let you guys know that. I love hearing people's vegan stories because everybody comes from a different place in their life.
Totally.
Everyone comes from a different place in the world and different perspective, and
it doesn't matter where you're at, it's just
Yeah.
we're all doing the best we can right now. So
go vegan, guys.
you won't be sorry.
So that's it for our vegan stories.
Hope you enjoyed that. Sorry if it was all over the place. We kind of
we just
it was
winged
off
it.
the top of our heads.
Yeah.
So
I feel like it's better that
we
way.
did the
though.
best we could. So please say hi in the comments. Let us know how you guys went vegan. We'd love to hear your stories also. And please give the video a thumbs up if you liked it. And
Also, if you enjoyed us talking and sharing our minds and our stories and this sort of thing, we'd love to sit down and talk more and chat with you guys. So if you guys want us to do that, let us know what you want us to talk about. Maybe we could do it.
and we'll be back soon.
Bye.